What is going on, everybody? And welcome in to another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Welcome in, everybody. Tonight, we are going to be talking about our expectations for the Birds this year. And we want to know what you guys are thinking. We're going to not only talk about, the team as a whole, but also maybe some players and what we're expecting out of them. And we'll discuss that. And certainly if somebody, has a suggestion of a player maybe that we haven't hit on, we'll certainly talk about it. So yeah, Eric, before we get into it, how was your 4th of July weekend, if you will? How did you spend it? What did you do? And how was it?
I had a great time. I actually spent 4th of July down at Sea Isle with my wife and her family. Spent basically the whole weekend on the beach for all 4 days. It was a great time. How about you?
Oh, nice.
How was your weekend?
It wasn't bad. I had a nice 4-day weekend. Just kind of hung out. Spent some time with my son, and it was a good time. So hope everybody had a great 4th. Now that that is over, we'll move on to the next. Adam, what is going on, guys? How are you? What's up, Adam? Yeah. So unfortunately, what is it? It's basically what Labor Day is kind of the next big holiday, right? Well said, Eric.
Yeah. I mean, there's my birthday, but I don't think that counts as a major holiday. But
oh my God, the delay is gonna kill me tonight. It is gonna kill me tonight. Also, I don't know what is going up with your video. You are all types of blurry.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Not much seems to want to work for me today.
There you go. What are you on, your laptop or your phone? Laptop?
My laptop. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that figures. Dodge, what's up, buddy? Hey, listen. It had a good run for a little bit. That's all you can ask. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna jump out. And, yeah.
Hop back on the phone. Okay. Well, there we go. All right. Well, I guess I should probably remove this. Well, as Eric fixes his technical difficulties, why not? While we wait for Eric, we can at least throw a nice advert your way, and we're gonna go with Sherry's tickets. So check this out for Sherry's tickets.
Great moments don't just happen, they happen with you in the crowd. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more with Sherry'sTickets.com and get the tickets you want. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10 and share an experience that will live on. Don't pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard to come by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, don't overpay with the rest and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. For that next great moment, save 10% by using the promo code EOP10. Great moments start at Sherry'sTickets.com.
Well, there you go. You heard it. EOP10. If you're literally, I'm telling you, give it a test. If you're literally looking for any tickets, give it a try. See what the others have, and then head on over to Sherry's tickets and put in that code and see who charges you more. So I can pretty much guarantee you that you'll get a better deal at Sherry's tickets. So anyway, tonight, as I said, we're talking about expectations for this upcoming season. It appears that Eric may have figured out his issues. Eric, how are you? Is there a delay? What's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, let's go. Brutal. I know. Adam, I just brought concert tickets with Sherry's tickets and saved $20 on them. Well, there you go, Adam. Literally, you heard it here from the people. Adam is already using Sherry's tickets and saving himself some money. Hopefully, you use that code EOP10 and saved yourself even more. So, but yes, we're talking about expectations for this season. Eric, let's start obviously as a whole, as a team. Given the landscape of the NFC East, the NFC, the league as a whole, tell me a few of your expectations for this Eagles team, whether you want to be kind of more specific, you're going to go record-wise, you're going to go offense, defense, whatever. Give me your give me three expectations you might be kind of having for this squad.
Sure. I think the number one thing you always have to look at is what you do in your division. And so I'll say my expectation, lining up and seeing, how we line up with the other three teams in our division, we should go 5-1 in the division. So that's one of my expectations.
Wow. Okay.
The other expectation I'll have is, and you can probably judge because of my 5-1 stance in the division, I have us winning the division.
I would. I put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. And the other mark I have is we have to advance in the playoffs. And so, I come up with, a record in division, a divisional goal, and then a playoff goal. My playoff goal is you have to at least win one playoff game.
Okay. So either get out of the wild card or get out of the divisional round, depending on where you. Oh, no, wait. Well, yeah. I mean, right. Wait. Everybody's in the wild card round except for one now, right?
Well, yeah, but if you get home field advantage, then obviously expectations change, and those always get adjusted in season.
And yes, one playoff game. If you're home field and your only expectation is to win one, you might need to adjust those.
Set some higher goals for yourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Reach for the stars. Q, evening, everyone. Buenas noches. Buenas noches to you there, Q.
Even though I didn't get the buenas noches, I'll still say buenas noches.
Okay. Well, there you go. For anybody, for our Spanish listeners, you know exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, so I think those are some good ones. I'll shoot some different ones.
Okay.
And this is just me going off of what you're saying. I didn't necessarily have anything prepared or anything either way, but I expect them, given the schedule, to win double-digit games.
Mhm.
I expect their offense to be a top 5 offense.
Reasonable. Yeah.
And I expect the Eagles to be, well, yeah, this is kind of the same. I guess kind of the same as winning one playoff game. I expect the Eagles. I expect the Eagles to be playing in a home divisional playoff game.
Okay. All right. So whether that be as the 1 seed or as the 2 seed and then advancing. I got you.
Yeah.
Or I guess even the 3 seed, but then that would mean the 2 would have to fall out. But
However it happens.
however, that's your expectation. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. So I think those are 6 pretty good ones. Is go 5. I mean, you're 5-1 in the division is pretty lofty. I'm not saying
I'm swinging for the fences.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's unobtainable, but like, listen.
Well, obviously, my one thought is you lose in Dallas,
right?
Or yeah.
But I feel like again, it's always divisional. You never know. There could be a
sure.
So you have 5-1 the division, you have winning the division, you have winning 1 playoff game. I essentially said win double-digit games. I said offense top 5, and I said host a divisional playoff game. So those are pretty good goals. Obviously, if anybody out there has an idea or maybe a goal that they had in mind, even if it's just one, you don't have to come up with 3. Of your expectations for the Eagles. Now, we're obviously going to get into more specific individual. And in fact, why not just kind of lead us off here, Dodge Mr. Crackpot. I expect Jalen Carter to be an all-pro. That is crazy, but the good kind of crazy. I like it.
I'll answer that question by saying you're crazy, but that's not crazy. If that makes sense.
I mean, that does track. So I'll give you that one. Yeah, listen. I think Jalen Carter is certainly going to be one of the bright spots of our defense. There's a lot of youth that we're going to be looking at, and there certainly will be some growing pains. But Jalen, again, already a year under his belt, I think certainly has the NFL by the balls and really could kind of be the next great D tackle in this league, and
right.
Showed it in spurts last year, even as a rookie. So the bad, I expect Nakobe Dean to be on the IL by week 4. Oh, don't say that to me, Dives.
Oh,
Don't kill me. Don't crush my heart here. Poor Nakobe Dean.
This is a time when we're supposed to be lifting up each other, not pulling us down, not tearing us down. Damn it!
Don't tear us down, damn it. All right, so Eric, I'll start with you. Give me one individual expectation you have on a Philadelphia Eagle. I mean, heck, we could play Dibes rules, and you could say a coach if you want to.
Sure.
But whatever, throw something out, and what are you expecting?
Saquon Barkley over 1,500 total yards.
Okay, total yards.
Yes. Yeah, rushing and receiving. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's not that crazy.
Well, yeah, I didn't think that was crazy.
We didn't say it had to be crazy.
I was going to say, I wanted to start us off small, and then
we'll right. Big Al checking in. Expect this team to start a new evolution of Philadelphia Eagles.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
That's going bold out of the gate.
I like the sound of that, though.
Yeah.
Listen, we absolutely have a youth on the defensive side of the ball. Our offense is absolutely loaded to the nines. So listen, I feel you. I think this could be the new era of Philadelphia Eagle football, and
Yeah.
I'm just I think what helps to move forward is to respect the past. And I think
Hmm.
obviously bringing back the Kelly Greens last year was certainly a part of that. Now,
Yeah.
what they really need to do is bring back the white and Kelly Green, so to speak,
Yes.
with the gray and Kelly Green striped pants.
Absolutely. I'm with you 1,000,000%. Let's go.
I'm just saying that to me right there would be an absolute slam dunk move on top of the Kelly Green. You bring back those whites with the Kelly Green accents.
Ooh.
Oh, like I would literally go out and buy a pair of those. Like if you made
Oh yeah, you made
pair of
just
pants,
those like pants, like
you
the
made
silver with the
with
straight. Yeah, absolutely.
I would buy it immediately. I don't care if it was like a sleepwear type pant. I don't care if it was a sweat pant. I would love it if it was more of like a tracksuit type pant.
Yes, you know
But
me. I love my tracksuit.
I know you, but
yeah.
listen, so that I feel like would be
Mhm.
the culmination of respecting your past to move forward, to go along with the youth movement, to go along with this studded offense. I listen.
Would you say it's a look back to move forward?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And guess what? Not to change the subject,
yeah,
because I'm technically not, I'm just changing sports. But it
yeah.
appears the Philadelphia 76ers are doing the same, as they are about to bring back the old Iverson Blacks.
Ooh, love it,
Yes.
love it. I always love. I think those are an underappreciated uniform
I
in
I
Philadelphia.
I
Yeah.
agree. That was back when we had hip hop as the
Hmm.
mascot. That was this NBA Finals run. So yes, I have always been a fan of respecting the past and moving forward, and kind of listen. I'm just saying, if there's one jersey to bring back right now, it has to be that.
Yeah. Oh,
I would
absolutely.
I think what they're doing is they said what the Jaguars game and the Cowboys game are going to be
Kelly
the
Green. Yeah.
Kelly Greens. So why not? Why not just say, you know what? Every year you do two of one and one of the other. So one year you have two Kelly Green, one year you have one in gray or white and gray.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
next year you have two white and grays and you have one Kelly Green. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I know fiscally it would make a ton of sense. People would buy out the whites just as much as they would the Kelly Greens.
Absolutely.
So I'm just saying, Lori, I know, Mr. Lori, I know that you watch
Yeah,
our
he's
show
a big fan.
diligently.
Yeah, he's a big
Big,
fan.
huge
Yeah.
fan. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the next move to really get this team to move forward to that next echelon. So anyway, enough of me gushing over
You know what made total sense is to wear those on the Thursday night against Washington,
Oh, yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
right?
Yeah.
Because they usually do some kind of alternate uniform for that night, for the Thursday night game. You know, it's probably going to be the black jerseys, like, you know,
All Blacks.
reality. Yeah.
I don't know if I saw that. It might have been. I think they officially came out with the like jersey combinations this year. I think there was like
Okay.
6 of them. The All Blacks have to be right.
I would think.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how we got down the rabbit hole of talking about jersey combinations, but so okay, so you're saying Saquon 1,500 yards.
Mhm.
Man, I think I'm gonna have to one up you on Saquon.
Okay.
I would be disappointed with just 1,500. No, I wouldn't. Okay, I wouldn't. But
Oh,
I would be like, really? Is that all you got? I honestly think he's gonna rush for like 13 and catch 4.
Oh, wow. So you're saying like 17? Would you dare to say 18? Can I get you to raise it to 18?
I can't listen. I can't.
Since the guy who said 15, but
I can't expect
yeah.
an 18.
Yeah.
I can hope and root for and say, hey, I think that's what's going to happen.
I'll root for 2,000 total yards. Yeah, whatever.
500 yards. Who cares?
Yeah.
No, but I truly believe Saquon is just going to be unleashed. Finally, behind a great offensive line, and finally with an offensive coordinator that really loves to utilize running backs in multitude of ways. Finally, having an offense that all the pressure is not on the running back. So while, yes, I know the argument against that is the fact that you have so many weapons that it's going to be
right. And that's why I set mine low and then wanted to work up from there.
And I get that you have the kind of the jelly spread theory, if you will, of the ball's going to be spread around to everybody, but I just don't see how Saquon isn't going to just absolutely eat. And we are going by like week 3, we're all going to be looking at each other, just going like, "Oh my God, this is insane. This is absolutely insane."
I think there are going to be games where like we're going to look at it and be like, "Whoa, Devontae Smith caught 2 passes for 18 yards. We still won 31-6, but
I mean, it's very, very possible. It's very possible, but. I will say, I'll throw another one. I am gonna say, I expect Jalen to throw for 3,000 yards. I think that's an easy one. And I expect Jalen to cut down on his turnovers significantly this year. I can't remember off the top of my head how many total turnovers he had. So while you think of one, I will look that up and then respond in kind.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll say between Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, at least one of them goes over 1,000 yards receiving, if not both. Like I think one does, and the other one will be not far behind. But like I think it would be a stretch for both to get 1,000 yards. But I think at least one of them do.
Gotcha. So Jalen had officially 15 interceptions, 4 turnovers, or 4 fumbles.
Yeah.
So I am going to say that number
10 total.
I'm going under 13.
See, I feel like, man, those, like you said, that number is, to me, that is so large. Like, because that is what, you said 15 interceptions?
Yeah.
19 times, like, your offense came away with absolutely nothing and you didn't even get a chance to punt.
Yeah.
Like, that is brutal.
Yeah. Considering the year before, 2022, he had 6 interceptions and did not lose a fumble.
Yeah, see, to me, like 19 is way too many. 6 is like that's way too many that's way too few to like set that as the expectation.
Yeah.
I think 13 is reasonable. I'd like to see that number even lower, like around 10.
Like 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Q, what will the win percentage of the Tush Push be this season? Well, as it always is, 92%.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't
see. I think that's now Jason Kelce was phenomenal. Like he's phenomenal. The greatest center I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't think Cam Jurgens. I think people are going to be surprised at how little the drop off is going to be. Like I think he's going to be very good.
There's obviously going to be a drop off, and you're
there is going to be one. But I'm just saying. I think people are going to be surprised at how little it is. I think people are going to see him and be like, "Wow, wait." I think there's going to be some people who overreact and say, "Oh, he's just as good as Kelce." He's not.
Maybe, but
I think there'll be people who overreact in that direction more than the other way.
I think the way that Jurgens is able to kind of pull out
Mhm.
and hit the second level is very much like Jason Kelsey. So for that, I'm certainly expecting similarities. I think it's the, knowing the game, the calling things out is the, all that kind of important stuff that I think is what is going to take some time for him to get to. Q, again, 49ers seem to have a scheme for the tush push. Why? Because they stopped it once? And let's be honest, I'd really call that more of Philly not performing it the
Yeah.
right way rather than 49ers stopping it. But
Wasn't it just it was called an offensive offsides instead of like I didn't know the actual stuff.
and also, do we play the 49ers this year?
No.
No. So
We'd have to play them in an NFC title game. And I'll tell you what, if we're in the NFC title game or in the playoffs against the 49ers, I'll take my chances.
yeah, and quite honestly, if that's the best thing they got over us is, oh no, they know how to stop the tush push. That something that we may only use 2 times in a game. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Like whatever.
Cool. We got this other guy, number 26. Yeah, he's really good when we hand him the football.
Yeah, you also have to remember that you're going from, DeAndre Swift, who again I loved, Miles Sanders, who I loved and love hate, very frustrated with a lot of times, but still love. You also have Saquon, who is stronger probably than both of them combined. So he adds a little push to the back of the tush push as well. So you have 2 people back to back in Hurts.
I just want to see that argument during a timeout where, Nick Sirianni's like, well, guys, it's 4th and 1. Should we run the tush push? And Saquon just goes, I like running the football.
Yeah.
The ball.
I like the ball. Yeah, so you have 2 dudes back to back in Hurts and Saquon that can bench over 600 pounds. I ain't worried about it.
And I've always thought, man, like that formation that they run the tush push out of, like there are so many other plays I want to see them try to run at it. And they did try to do it.
They tried to do it a little bit, but I feel like if you add a little bit more to that, you could kind of fake it, almost kind of like fake you're doing it, hand it off. The running back grabs it, steps back, tosses it over the line to the tight end who's come around.
Right.
Anyway, Dive says, expectation, the Eagles have at least 5 core pieces of the defense we can be excited about going forward. Okay. 5 core pieces. Core.
Okay.
So
we know his expectations about Jalen Carter.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jalen Carter, number 1, obviously.
Yeah.
I assume that means Quinyon Mitchell.
Sure.
And I honestly, I'll probably throw Cooper DeJean in there.
Okay. How about CJ?
Yeah, I mean he's young enough. He's a core piece. So all right, Gardner Johnson.
All right. Who's that 5th?
Who's that 5th? Dives. Please elaborate, my friend.
Or if we name someone, if we mess up at all, please give us your 5.
If I had to guess,
I was gonna say I think Dives a little bit better than I do. So
sure, but like again, I know it's not a freaking linebacker. I'll tell you that. I assume it's probably somebody on the line because again, who else in the defensive backfield? It's not Slay, obviously. Slay is old and
I mean, would you say Jordan Davis?
No, he needs to prove too much right now.
Sure, I agree with you. Or is he saying that he thinks we're going to get that from Jordan Davis?
Oh, here he goes. I'm hoping it's Ryan's favorite edge rusher, Josh Huff. Bryce Huff, he means, obviously. I called him Josh Huff last night on a show. Listen, it's going to happen a lot. We have a Josh Sweat on the line. There's been Josh Huff, was an awful wide receiver. So, yeah, listen. I mean, it's better than calling Zach Bond Lloyd Braun. At least I named another Philadelphia Eagle. You named a Seinfeld character. Oh man. Yeah, listen, that would be great. I mean, Bryce Huff is certainly young, and yeah, I'm really hoping he gets the time, the snaps that he's been hoping for, and does what he's been doing in the limited snaps he's had. So I'm okay with having 2 guys on the line and 3 guys in the defensive backfield. Now we just need to figure out at least a guy in the middle, you know? So, and again, maybe that's Devin White's still what, 26?
Yeah.
You know, he did not have the greatest year last year. And
I know you have concerns about his scheme play.
well, and he's smaller, his coverage skills.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just think obviously, Dives already mentioned Nakobe Dean, and there's a lot of expectations on him, and this has to be his last chance
This will make a break, yeah.
to prove it, and he needs to stay healthy, and and it's going to be a shame if that doesn't happen. But
Sure.
again, he has to prove he can stay healthy. He needs to prove that he can, stay on the field, because he's good enough. And then you have Trot, who again, there's probably not a lot of expectations actually on him. The name, yes, from fans. I'm sure people will want him to,
yeah, but some of that, that's just that's silly.
Obviously, but realistically, again, he can be brought slowly along, and that's okay. It's just more or less of, who's that linebacker going to be? What's the future of our linebackers looking like? So, Dives, again, expectations. I'd love to see Kelee Ringo look like a future CB2 going forward. Now, I will say, I have predicted on a few shows that Kelee Ringo will be your starting cornerback number 2 to start the season in Brazil.
Wow. Okay, that's a good. Hey, look, that's a good bold statement. He's like the hammer down, guys.
Now listen, it's going to be a great race in training camp. You have him, you have Rodgers, you have Quinyon.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you also have Cooper DeJean, but still, I think it's going to be
still have James Bradbury too. I'm sorry, I made a joke. Sorry.
Get out.
I'm sorry. I'll see myself out, guys.
Get out. David checking in from Facebook. What up, David? Watching from Cedar Hills, Texas. Eric, you spent some time in Texas. Do you know where Cedar Hill is?
I do not. I lived in Houston.
What good are you?
And look, people have been asking that for years, and if anybody's got an answer for that, God bless them.
Actually, I have been quite a bit. I wonder, why do I still do a show with you?
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, hey, no problem, bud. Let's see. I'm downtown Cedar Hill. It really okay. Looks like it's about southwest of Dallas.
Okay.
So, like, if you took a triangle and you took Dallas and Arlington, it looks like Cedar Hill is kind of sort of there.
Right. Yeah.
Or maybe more. Yeah, it's more on the Arlington side. But anyway, still southwest of Dallas. Got it. Well, thank you very much, David. Appreciate you checking in. Hope that you're an Eagles fan.
Cowboys suck.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not, that's okay too. Cowboys do suck.
Sorry, just mandatory. I have to get that out every.
Question is, Nolan Smith. Is LB Nolan Smith come back to the Eagles?
He's under contract still.
Did he go somewhere? Maybe. Maybe David is kind of referencing the fact that Nolan Smith didn't really play much, and
Sure.
Nolan Smith didn't really get on the field. And whether
And I
that's
hope
more,
Nolan Smith plays a lot better to make that investment of that
well,
Eagles
sure.
number 3 jersey pan out for me.
Yeah, me too, because I want to make that decision, get that. Yeah, listen, I think you wonder if it's more of a philosophical decision of the Eagles to take him and kind of slowly bring him along, or is it the fact that he couldn't get himself out on the field for whatever reason? Because he was
It kind of reminds me of the first couple of years of Josh Sweat, where we're just like, oh man, if we could just get him on the field, we could just get him on the field. Now, hopefully, Nolan Smith produces when he's on the field.
Yeah.
Josh Sweat. Yeah.
That's bold, referencing my Keely Ringo. I think CB2 will be Isaiah Rodgers. Yeah, listen, he seemed to have a good offseason so far with the Eagles. He probably is the leader, if you will. But again, we don't know how the Eagles technically view that. So, what's sexier, the Kelly Green jersey or the black Sixers jersey? I'm sure once the news or the rumors have been swirling about the black Iverson era Sixers jersey coming back, I'm sure Dives have been probably refreshing NBAshop.com or Fanatics.com.
He wants to get himself that Embiid or Maxey in the black.
Exactly. I'm sure. Listen, we talked about it a little bit earlier. I really love the Kelly Green era white with the Kelly Green accents. That's one of my favorite jerseys. And in fact, I really wish they would kind of almost do an updated version where they could have different versions of the Kelly Green and kind of have a Kelly Green in black, a Kelly Green and like silver or gray. I think those would look insane, personally.
Those would be insane.
Right.
I will say I'm glad he didn't put the Phillies powder blue up there in that conversation, because that would have been a tough one.
That would have won?
For me, anyway, yeah.
Listen, I love the powder blue. I'm a big maroon Phillies.
I love those maroons too. I think they're very underrated.
Yeah, so I think it's obviously for people our age, it's
the nostalgia.
The jersey, the nostalgia we grew up with. And yeah, listen, I'm never gonna not love those jerseys. I'm never gonna not love those that era of, even if it was direct for a lot of those teams. It's how I grew up and what hardened me as a Philadelphian and as a sports fan. So it's always gonna have a special place. Yeah.
Agreed.
And to answer your question there, Dives, it's the Kelly Green jersey.
Yeah.
Go Birds. Back to Nolan Smith. I truly hope Nolan Smith gets himself into a significant part of the rotation with Huff and Sweat and him and Brandon Graham.
Right.
And that kind of is your...
Yeah, and that's before that they rotate in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you also have Jalix Hunt, who I'm not sure what we're going to get with him necessarily. He could be kind of one of those slow plays, but all intents purposes shows that he's got skills, real good skills. So I'm excited to kind of see how his development kind of goes. I mean, obviously, when you go into training camp, which does start in about 2 weeks from now, obviously all eyes are going to be on the rooks. And, especially considering we have two highly touted rookies in Quinyon and Coop. I think some of the other names are going to get kind of lost in the sauce, if you will. Nice Smith is one I definitely really want to keep an eye on. Same with Johnny Wilson, both wide receivers. Jalix, for sure. And obviously, I'm going to keep my eye on my boy, Trot Jr. So,
sure.
Yeah. Out of here, fly. So anyway, I think somehow we, as we do, anybody who's watched a 5 minutes of this show knows that we tend to go down rabbit holes. In fact,
Yeah,
our
leave it alone.
whole backyard is just littered with holes.
yeah.
We just continually just keep falling back.
Right down them. Yep.
Right down them. Daniel, what up? What's going on, buddy? Yeah. To get back to I think you were talking about Devontae and AJ.
Yeah.
I expect both of them to get 1,000-yard seasons.
Okay.
I mean, we have 2 number 1 wide receivers.
Sure.
And, again,
You think they both get over 100 receptions?
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I'm going to say no. I don't think there's enough footballs.
There's only one football, and you've got Dallas Goedert and Saquon.
Has any team in the history of the NFL had 2 100 reception wide or receivers?
I don't know.
I'm going to say no. In fact, let me Google it. Any team have 2 100 reception receivers in a season? Boop.
See what Google tells us.
Yes. 5 NFL teams have had 2 players with 100 receptions and 1,000 yards in the same season. What the frick? Really? That's insane.
Well, okay, 5 in the 100 and plus.
Okay, well, the first one was in 1995. It looks like.
Mm.
So what would that have been? Herman Moore and who the heck was the other wide
Johnny
receiver?
Morton? Yeah.
Who what name?
Johnny Morton.
I don't know.
I know there's somebody else, and I know Morton's the third receiver. It's got to be Herman Moore and the other guy.
Huh.
It's the Lions.
95 Lions, 2000 Broncos, 05 Cardinals, so Larry and somebody else. 09
Bolden, probably.
Who?
Anquan Bolden.
Oh yeah, I guess he was 05. 09 Colts and 2014 Broncos again.
Okay, so the 05 Colts, that had to be Wayne and Harrison.
Right. Wait. Now this is saying that Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster. See, this is you can't trust that god darn thing. Let's see. Oh, I did not know that. That apparently Antonio Brown and Brandon Marshall are tied for playing the most seasons with 100+ receptions.
Okay. I did not know that either.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll continue to look this up because.
But basically, you're saying you don't think that's happening. And
well, let's see. So. Well, what did I say the last one was? 15.
Oh, Broncos?
Yeah, I don't see any of the. I don't see any of them up here. Let's see. Okay, so in 2023,
yeah.
Sorry. In 2023, there were only 3 wide receivers to do it. 2022, there was only 2. 21, 2. 1 in 2020. 1 in 19. 1 in 18. None in 17 and 16. 2 in 15. 1 in 14. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's. I don't know if any of that is correct. So let's keep going.
Yeah.
95. I see Herman Moore did it, but I don't see anybody else that did it. Oh, dude. What? Now you're making me sign up for shit? Come on, dude. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
No.
Well, yeah, I don't think anybody's done it. I think Google's lied to me. So anyway, I will continue to look this up, and I will continue to see if I can't post something maybe on X once I do. But Eric, before we get out of here, do you have any last expectations from the team, for a player, for a coach, for whatever? What do you expect, or yourself? Whatever. Any expectations you want to put out there for this upcoming season?
Well, I mean, the expectation for myself is always watch every game and be as devoted as always, because I haven't missed one since 1992.
That's it. That's the only expectations you put in yourself?
No. Well, I mean, I keep my expectations very, very low. I set the bar very low for myself, and I still somehow come under. But
okay, so just
like I'm playing limbo. You know, I'm seeing
basically what you're saying is you're going to continue to do what you've done for the past 30 plus years.
Yep.
Wow, way to step out on that ledge, bud.
That is a stern tree trunk there that I'm stepping out on.
Oh my god. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, sure. Look, I think your double-digit wins like that's got to be the expectation. This team, we joke about, or at least some people do, like back to the Super Bowl parade when we talked about the new normal. I think the new normal isn't necessarily a parade every year. Like, that's silly. But having that expectation that you're always there, you're always competing for a championship, you have that championship mindset. That has to be the mindset. That has to be our new norm. Like, and that's what I want to portray here. I want to say that's got to be mine. That's my expectation, that they are there. They are fighting for there needs to be a point in time in the season where I truly believe this is a Super Bowl team. I would say, like, there's a time in a season where you look at it and you start thinking, hey, I think this could be our year. You start thinking, and you look at how, like, the season's progressed and how you match up with teams, and you start thinking, like, hey, you know what, we get that team, maybe they might be trouble, but I think we got to be the team that other teams are looking at and saying, oh shoot, if we run into them, we're going to be in some trouble.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So your expectation is for the Eagles to be a feared team in the NFL.
Yes.
Okay. I like that. I personally will say that I will. My expectation is to put on the most kick-ass tailgate in the end line, to invite all who want to come, have some food, play some games, drink some beers. My expectation is to I don't know if I'm gonna necessarily go to every game,
right?
But I will.
There's a couple that I'm probably gonna sell. Yeah,
there might be one or two that I do, but I usually do to kind of soften the blow. But just and I expect the Eagles to get back to what they were doing early in the season last year. I'm not saying 10-1. I'm just saying going out there and winning winnable football games.
Yeah.
So, all right, folks. Well, that is it for us. Before I get out of here, just wanted to say one more thing, and that is about Philly Sports Trips, the best in the business.
If you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. If you want to travel with the pros, then go to phillysportstrips.com. Philly Sports Trips features premium travel and tailgating experiences for the best fans ever, the Philadelphia sports fan. Philly Sports Trips has self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, and even the Union. They even offer day trips for more local games. Go to phillysportstrips.com, sign up immediately, and tell them EOP sent you. Do not forget, Philly Sports Trips has all the away trips for the Eagles' upcoming 2024 season, including the Brazil trip week 1. Jump on it now before you lose out on all these great opportunities. Go to phillysportstrips.com and don't miss the next great Philly sports moment.
All right, folks, you heard it there. Philly Sports Trips. I've been using them for years. I go to an away game each and every single year. I believe we got to get the crew together to make sure we get organized.
We're
for
going
this
to plan
upcoming-
out that trip. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to Baltimore. So if anybody's going to Baltimore, hit us up. Let me know. You can follow me right here, Philly Sports Alliance here at Philly Sports PSA. All of our shows will be streaming there, as well as Edge of Philly Sports on X, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, you name it. We're live. And honestly, this week we have such a great show. I think I counted almost 40 shows
Wow.
total through the week. That's pretty much the norm, honestly. We have one of the best morning shows in the business, trending in the AM with my good buddy Phil. So that's 5 shows every morning, Monday through Friday. We have post game for every Phillies game. We have the MLB draft coverage this week. You have a couple of shows that pretty much at least a minimum of, I think, 3 shows every night. So up to at least 7. So if you're a huge Philly sports fan, and or people that are, please put them on to EOP, Edge of Philly Sports. You can find us on all of the socials. So please make sure you follow, please make sure you like, and please make sure you share. But Eric, you got anything to add before we pop on out of here?
Nah.
All right, gotta love it. It is dinner time, and I know I'm hungry, and I know you are too. So we will see you guys next week. Don't forget, later tonight, 9:00, Party on Broad. We're gonna be talking some Sixers, and tomorrow we have the Birds of the Round Table. We're gonna be talking about our top 5 Eagles. So stay tuned to that. And then obviously all the other shows throughout the week. Make sure you stick out for post game for the Phils. It's always a great show. David, appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much for chiming in. Please make sure you give it a like, follow, share, all the good stuff, all the buttons. Beep, 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 beep.
Blindly follow.
Blindly follow. And you certainly can see us every week, every Monday at 6:00. So without further ado, for the for the Football Smack Talk show, I'm Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody. Only 59 days to go.
Oh, that's under 2 months, baby. Let's go.
Right. Let's go.
And I totally forgot when you say that, whether it was before I did the official last part or after. So hence the hesitation. But anyway, we will see you guys next week, everybody. Go Birds.